Hey there, guys. Happy Wednesday evening. Welcome to another Wednesday night watch chat. I feel like nothing has changed in the last 24 hours. It's me and you. I mean, no Colin today, but I think, are we wearing the
I
same
miss
clothes?
Colin.
Are we wearing the same clothes? I
I,
don't.
I, I do.
Probably shouldn't admit that. How are you doing today, man? It's good to see you
Good,
again.
good. Feeling relaxed and loose because I got a massage today.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
And no comments, oil money.
Yeah,
Loose.
I'm sure they'll be coming. I'm sure they'll be coming. Um, what do you wear for a massage? What's your massage watch?
Today I took the Longines, the sector dial.
Yeah, yeah. I see. I'd figure that'd be more of like a Seiko kind
Well,
of
yeah,
thing.
take it
Yeah,
off anyway.
yeah, that's true. That's true. And so what are you wearing now? What are you wearing for
The
this?
Fenit is coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Type 20 Rescue.
I just love the numerals. I was talking to some of my
Yeah,
friends today about it. Yeah.
it
Um,
is. It's very nice. The strap is not, it's way too, these things. I
oh yeah,
don't,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it's super stiff. So this is gonna change soon. Maybe I'm gonna go see Karan tomorrow, and maybe he has another one.
Oh, careful.
Yeah, yeah, very careful.
Careful, careful, careful. Well, I mean, what would tempt you uh, at Karan's? Would it be another Zenith? Would it be
No, 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 no. I mean, the only what I would like to see if it came in are those the Wild Razor. They released them late last year. I have
the
never
what?
seen
Sorry, repeat that.
Omega DeVille Razor
Hmm.
line,
Hmm.
annual
Hmm.
lines.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
There's some in steels and some in gold and some with power reserve, some without.
yeah,
Those I want to see in person. Maybe not for me, maybe for Katie.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that's kind of the only thing I'm thinking that might have gotten in the store since I
Hmm.
was there in October. Otherwise, there's no new releases really.
Would he have? I mean, I don't know if it's available or not, but would he have like a Globemaster
Yeah,
calendar, annual calendar? Yeah.
probably. He always has them. Probably not the new one. Also, what I want to see the red dial two tone.
Yeah.
But that's probably too new. That Omega
Mm.
usually takes its time until it hits the stores from the release.
Hmm.
The Trezor, they had been released, I think, early last year, and
Yeah.
then it said on the website, come in November, come in October,
Yeah.
and but in October nobody had them. The boutique didn't have them, but I think Oil Money saw them somewhere. So I saw
Mm.
some pictures from one of our friends, and maybe Karan got them in.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, take some pictures for sure and send
Yeah,
me.
of course. Yeah,
Uh,
if there's anything, any good stuff in there, anything new, I'll take pictures.
yeah, yeah. I got the Submariner. Do I have it up? Or yeah, Submariner on. I was wearing the John, your favorite, the John Mayer G-Shock earlier, and then I was like, you know what? The kids are off to bed, so I'm gonna put on my old faithful, the sub. What do you say we say hello to some guys on the chat, and then while we're doing that chat, let us know what you want us to talk about tonight. Kind of have an open show here. No topics in mind, and I'll throw in also the link at some point to invite some of you guys on if you guys want to come on. There's some stipulations though, but I'll get to that in a second. Hey Dan, how are you? Hey Joey B, what's going on? Hey Jeff, hope you're feeling better. Bill K is here. Kevin's here. Hey Wilson, the instigator of tonight's stream. James is here. What's up, James? Peter C is here. Hey Chris, what's going on? How you doing? Brownie, what is up? Evening all or morning, yeah, depending on where you are. Hey, there's Chaz from the Berg. Sanjay's here. Oh, Young Excellency, what is up? How you doing from Atlantic Canada? What's going on? James Duffy, I just lied to FedEx Customs about a crocodile golden Grand Seiko strap. I called it embossed leather. Feeling a bit guilty. Don't don't feel guilty. You know, you probably spent good money on that strap. So, um, yeah. Hey, Kevin, what is going on? How you doing? Oil Money wristwatch check. I'm wearing a my prize Vincero Chrono S, their best-selling watch, 7 years running. Showtime. Yes, it is Showtime. Hey, Random Rob, how you doing? Hey, Steve, what's going on? Time Hill is here. Speaking of morning, hey, Sam. Sam's all the way in Australia. I believe it's morning
Good
time there.
morning.
Yeah, good to have you join us while I'm sure you're working and listening in. BDev is here. How you doing, sir? Hey, Caliber YQG. Greetings of the day. Slayer hoodies? No, no. Rob might be wearing his though. Random Rob. Um, does Wolfgang have a Slayer hoodie? I don't
No,
know.
no.
Wolfgang, what kind of
But
music were you into when you were growing up?
I was listening to Slayer for a brief period of
Oh,
time. I
very
actually
good.
failed a few English classes back then, and we're talking 35 years ago,
Hmm.
because I used some of the lyrics that I learned from Slayer and Venom songs, with people rotting in the ground somewhere in a grave. And I thought it was very, very cool to put them in an English essay. So
Yeah.
I failed a few of those.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you could have gotten away with it like in a creative writing kind of class, but
I thought it was creative, but the
yeah, no,
teacher didn't really see it that way.
no, Peter, I'm not. I'm wearing the Submariner, but I was wearing it earlier today. Um,
I think Peter's on my team. That's good.
yeah, no, he definitely is. He definitely is. Hey, Ken, what's going on? Checking in from Pittsburgh. That thing is thick. I think they're talking about the strap on your Zenith.
Mm,
Um,
and super uncomfortable. I mean, that thing is.
James, I'm with you. He's looking at the 40 millimeter bronze Zenith Pilot. That's a beautiful, awesome watch.
Yeah, they look good in
Uh,
bronze too.
yeah. Um,
And
yeah,
no,
correct.
Wilson, I did not listen to David Hasselhoff, even though he's a superstar in the Austrian German market. I did not like him. And I also don't really appreciate the Scorpions.
Scorpion's a great band. Romy 360, Boise, Idaho has been cold. Is that where you're at, Romy? Very nice. Um, Wolfgang, you have the best hairdo.
But he only says that because he has the same.
Yeah, yeah. I think I have the same hairdo as you guys too. James Moore, since there was some Omega talk, any insight as to when they'll update the Planet Ocean line? No major changes since 2016. You know, that's a good question. I mean, like, does it really need updating? You know, um,
Proportion.
stylistically, um, I always like the Planet Ocean line. Um, yeah, I actually, I mean, James, let us know what you think. What you suggest as changes because I'd like to hear 'em. And if anybody else has any input on that. Um, yeah, but so Rob has his Slayer sweatshirt on, very good. Show topic: who will buy first, Wolfie or Clayton, in a great Arizona meetup? Is that next week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who will buy first?
Leighton.
Clayton. Craig is wearing his World Timer. We had a lot of World Timer talk last night, right? Um, Christian, I was wondering if I can get both your opinions on the new Santos quick release bracelet. Do you believe it would be susceptible to failure from repeat use? How many years Cartier supports repairs? So I don't have a Santos. I have once played around with that quick release system. Um, I've had a Santos in person and fidgeted with that. That's a good question. I don't know how long these things last, right? I would think that something like Cartier would, makes a good quality product and it will last a long time. But that's a good question. I don't know. I think time will tell. Wolfie, have you ever? had a Santos in hand with this quick release system?
I tried them on, yeah. I would also guess, Cartier products of high quality, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure, aren't they 8 years warranty now? Like most of the Richemont
Yeah,
brands.
might be. Yeah,
So
yeah,
I wouldn't worry about that whatsoever. With if it's 8 years,
yeah.
nothing happens.
Hey, Karan. Hey, Karan's here. A little bird told me winds of change, and I don't have any of those timepieces. Okay, so I think we were talking about some of the Omegas that we
Oh,
were just talking
hasn't
about.
happened yet, yeah.
Yeah. Um, Kevin S. Ramstein fan. Do you like Ramstein?
No,
Yeah.
that I have a few friends who went to some concerts. They love them.
Yeah, yeah.
Too wild for my taste.
James is saying the Seamasters 300 is a bit thinner. That would be a nice piece. It's nice to see in the PO, but really I'd like to see it different colorways, especially in titanium. If you go older,
Yeah,
Planet Oceans with the 2500 movement, they're relatively thin compared to some of the more modern Planet Oceans. But you have to go back into the catalog a few years, decade and a half, to see that. But yeah, yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, some of those Planet Oceans are very very thick. Um,
yeah.
Justin, yeah, titanium Planet Ocean would be awesome, especially with the weight of it, right? That'd be awesome. Okay, let's see here. With a Scorpion reference. Okay. I'm going to throw out the invite link. And so, just a few things, guys. Make sure you've got good audio and whatnot, and watch the language, and um, let's keep it to watch talk, and no no trying to sell your micro brands here. Kidding, kidding. Um, so um, I don't know. I get the itchy trigger finger, Wolfgang. I'm sure that you do as well.
Mhm.
How do you keep to your plan? Like how do, or do you do- or are you just as weak as I am, and you see a beautiful
Probably.
watch, and yeah,
It's We'll see.
yeah,
I get the itch. I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna handle it with some of these enablers like Clayton and Karan, and
yeah, yeah.
but
But with a with a,
my
with a
plan.
guy, yeah. But with a guy with such an awesome extensive collection, like what is there next for you? Do you know what I mean? Like what can you possibly? I mean, you have like such a
Well,
great
the
diverse
real problem
collection.
is that I really like, a lot of different stuff in all price points. I never go super high price point, but I could be in a store and sometimes I look at Hamiltons, and I have to have a discussion in my head. Does it really make sense to add a Hamilton to the collection?
Hmm.
But I like him, and so that's basically the problem. If I'm with Karan and he's very experienced, how he can trigger me with the wall clock or something,
Yeah.
and so but like I said yesterday, it's
Hmm.
I can't it's just impossible to keep doing what I did in the COVID years, in those 2 years. So something's got to change.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, he's already.
He's already gonna
already
dangle
working
the
on
the,
it.
the blank pawns in front of you tomorrow. Um, is it almost impossible for you to go to Vegas, right? And you spend some time there without like buying a watch. I mean, I would imagine like you're just like you can if you seek it out, it's there. You know what I mean? Like you can you can walk down the block and
It's
then there's
crazy.
this.
I was offered a Submariner date yesterday, and I said no.
That well, Rolex is not your thing. So
No,
I know if
but
somebody offered me a Submariner
not.
date, even with a no date, it'd be hard for me to pass it up.
Well, I thought about you, but you have it already, so I didn't think to call you.
No, no, it's okay. You probably just saved me a lot of money.
But you're right. I mean, Vegas is like it's one of the best markets for watches in the world. I think, Dubai, Singapore. I'm not going to Hong Kong,
Yeah.
so but I'm pretty sure that was a great place back in before the Chinese came in. But Vegas is, there's a lot of boutiques and stores and big,
And pawn shops, right?
and well, that too. Thank God there's not too many, pre-owned places that I would buy from. It's only the Turno, the Bucherer now. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, Romy, I feel for you, Wolfgang. I like so many watches and styles. I need to buy something at least every 4 months or so. You're not alone. Oh man, 4 months, that's nothing. I need like something like every month or two, man. I wish it was just every 4 months. Romy, you got
But
good
that's
restraint.
that's kind of my plan,
Yeah.
to, like I mentioned yesterday, to get something, add something to the collection when there's other experiences involved, maybe a Vegas trip or meeting some of you guys, or
Yeah.
the trunk show later in the year, maybe a trip to Watchbox later in the year. So kind of stretch it out a little, if I only get one on a Vegas trip, my plan is fine. Four
Yeah.
four pieces a year. I did good.
Yeah. Hey Rob, what's going on, man? Nice
Hi,
sweatshirt.
Ron.
Hey guys.
Kelly, hey, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. I'll get to you in a second, Rob. Let me just read some of these. Bobby admits he would be a sub day tomorrow. So much for rising Rolex prices. So, Rob, if somebody like Wolfie called you up tomorrow and said, "Hey, listen, I can get you a sub date. You have a no date, just like me."
Yeah.
Would you be tempted? Would you be tempted to pick it up?
At retail?
I don't know, Wolfie. Was it secondary or was it at retail?
No, from a retailer, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd buy it.
yeah,
Yeah, there's one caveat to it. If I pass it on, there's no selling within at least a year.
That's fine.
yeah,
So that's the only thing I would have to make sure, because that's icy waters if they catch one flipping it
yeah,
right away.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Oh man, now you better not call me tomorrow,
Well, I
Wolfgang.
already said no, so this is
Okay.
gone.
Uh, hey Rob, how you feeling? You feeling good? I know you were under the weather for a few days
Uh,
there.
a switch flipped today, and like I feel way better.
Yeah, you sound better. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel better. Like I can smell and taste like it happened like that. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
I'm good to go.
Hey Chris.
Hey, what's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Good, good. Chris from the Watch Now. So Rob, I saw you picked up a rebuy yesterday.
Oh my!
Very, very interesting.
I would I would say I picked up my old white dial 42 mil Breitling Super Ocean.
Yeah,
And out of all those watches I sold to achieve, the financial freedom to get the Submariner,
yeah.
this one actually wasn't in that category. I did this one after,
Hmm.
so I didn't really need to sell it. But like, I was honeymooning with the sub, and I was like, it's redundant. I don't need it. It's another diver, so I let it go. And then thankfully, the guy I sold it to, I kept in touch with him. He's in our Discord, and I hit him up a few times, and he's he's like, "Yeah, I'll sell it. It's not for sale, but if
Yeah,
you want it, you can have it back." Well, I
nice.
finally uh, it was just after Christmas or something. I finally hit him up and I said, "Joe, I want to pay for it." He's like, "Well, that's fine. I can't ship it until like after." I'm like, "Ship it whenever you can. I don't care
Yeah,
because it's my actual watch. It's not like a rebuy of the same model. I rebought my actual watch that I sold.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting. I would have I would have figured if you were going to rebuy any of those watches, and maybe this watch was part of what you were selling to get that financial freedom to get the Rolex. I would have thought and I mean I would have thought the Omega, the Seamaster, the white dial, because you loved that watch too. Um,
That's
but
an amazing watch.
yeah,
It's hard to argue that the Seamaster is like, other than say maybe like the Tudor Black Bay 58, which is smaller.
mhm,
It's like it's perfect. You know what I mean? And I
yeah,
think the Seamaster falls into that category as well, where it's like it's overpowered for what kind of price point it is presented at.
yeah,
But the dial size on that is a lot larger than even the Super Ocean,
right,
and it just it presents too big on the wrist. I think I
yeah.
like the way the Super Ocean presents.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Nerio Garcia, I like that dude's sweatshirt. The funny thing is, I think Nerio also has that sweatshirt. I'm pretty sure.
Nice, nice.
Pretty sure.
It was it was Mr. Legs that got me. He wore this on one of them, and I'm an old OG Slayer
yeah,
fan.
yeah.
And the way they did this, it's so
I
clean
know.
too.
It's quality.
It's a zipper hoodie, but
Yeah,
like it looks
yeah,
like a pullover hoodie.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not cheap, right? But it's worth every
They're all
single
gone
dollar.
now.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
all gone.
yeah. Me and Nerio bought our sweatshirts on the same shelf, so that's how I know he has one. Oh man, I think it was at the Stage Theater in Montclair, New Jersey. We saw him in a small venue, right? This
Oh,
is
okay.
maybe 5 or 6 years ago. I think maybe 1,000 people in
Wow.
that theater. Yeah, yeah. And Suicidal Tendencies opened up for them, and maybe Testament, maybe it was one of those thrash metal bands. Chris, what's going on, man? How's life going
Pretty
in
good, guys. What's up, Rob? Nice to
Philadelphia?
meet you, Wolfgang. By the
Nice
way,
to meet
Yeah, oh
you.
yeah,
you guys doing all right?
yeah, man. How's the new job, man?
Hey, I
The
heard a
job
rumor
is
that
going great.
Chris sold a watch today.
Yeah,
Yeah, first one today.
congratulations, man.
First one. We're in the
Congratulations.
still enjoying the. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm filming from my phone, obviously in my room at my cousin's house, but the Vacheron, of course.
Ooh, nice.
See, that's a nice
So,
little perk of that job, right? You know
yeah,
what I
I
mean?
was wondering what to swap out to next.
Yeah, yeah.
So how does that work? You can like, because that was supposed to be for the party, but they haven't said, "Hey, Chris, you need to put that back in the."
No, I mean Roman knows I have it, and Adrian knows I have it. I've mentioned to both of them, and they're like, they don't care. So I guess we just get to wear, kind of whatever. Well, of course, obviously not the real expensive pieces, but I mean, we can almost within limits, pretty much wear whatever. Sorry, I dropped my earbud. Can you hear me still?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
But yeah, it's definitely one of the perks of the job.
Wolfgang, would you ever pick up an overseas or Vacheron? Is that something that interests you?
A Vacheron for sure. Even the overseas, like the one Chris has, the dual time would probably be the one that I go for, either the black or the silver dial. I mean, the blue dial. I saw the blue dial at the trunk show. Not the dual time, the normal one. That blue is pretty good.
Yeah, it's stunning.
See, the blue is the one I thought I would originally love because it's the Vacheron is a grail watch, but actually now wearing it, I kind of prefer the black in person.
Yeah. I heard that the black is actually harder to get now than the blue. I forget where I heard that. I heard that like recently. Yeah, which is interesting, right? Because I mean,
Judging
like,
by the pre-owned market prices, the blue one is the most
still
expensive one
the
there.
most expensive. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's still a stronger one.
yeah.
I even heard the silver one, which I thought would be, the easiest one. I mean, not really true. Also very difficult.
Even the first gen is going up crazy.
Yeah.
Yep. Chris, Peter wants to know what did you sell? I don't know if you can give that out or not, but if you can.
Well, I don't know if I can quite give that out, but
Okay.
we got it through a trade. I'll just say that, and then I ended up getting the sale through that too. So
Excellent. Mountain Standard Time. Hey, how are you? Thanks for joining us. Probably heard it from Colin. Yeah, I think I did hear from Colin. He has a black dog. So maybe that's where I got my information from.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah. James, have too many blue overseas out there. The black VC is more unique. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Rob, any does VC, like for me, VC is just like so much out of my stratosphere at the moment where I'm comfortable spending that I don't opine for it. You know what I mean? But I mean, they're great watches, right? Would you ever even consider that at any point? Is that up
I
your
mean,
alley?
right now, 100%. I'm with you on that. It's not on my radar. I want to see them. I want to handle
Yeah,
them. I want to
yeah,
video them. I want to do all of that. But
yeah,
as far as like dropping down actual money for it,
yeah,
that's not in my world right now. That's not
yeah.
going to happen. Like um, I'm even maybe even pulling back. Even I was looking at getting the Air King,
Hmm.
and I'm a little wishy washy on it right now because like out of all the Rolex to buy right now, not that I'm gonna be a flipper on it, like I'd probably be end user on it, but like out of all the Rolex to buy, the Air King's almost like the one that makes the least sense to buy. Really,
Mm,
I don't know. So I don't know. I'm pulling back on that a little bit. I'm not sure if
hmm.
I'm going to do it.
Hmm.
Plus it ties me up because
Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
yeah. Well, now with the price
Where
increase too, right?
Mm.
I mean,
that doesn't really bother me so much. I mean, so listen, the price increase really protects the previous models too. Yeah, think
yeah.
about that. They have to raise the price to protect the brand, the value of the previous models.
Yeah, yeah, and I get that. I don't I'm okay. I mean, if they have to, they're within their rights to raise the pricing, and they have a product that's in very very high demand. Sure, I mean that's how capitalism work. So I have no problem. It's that my point, like yesterday when I was talking about it, was that uh, setting that aside, right? That and whatever it does, protecting previous models, increases the value of other models and brands. Like to me, it's just like that extra 10%. If I'm just thinking of that in a vacuum, that's a lot of money, and that paying close to 11 and maybe 12 with taxes for a GMT now. Um, is pretty steep. Like I was already going to be paying if I wanted a GMT close to 11 after taxes last year, and I was like, that was hard to do. Now you're adding another 1,000 on it. Now it's just even that much harder. So that's why something like the Air King, which I'm interested anyway, and even though that went up in price, still remains in interest because it's under this magical number of 10,000. That only makes sense to me, and I get that. And that's
It's
where,
under that for now.
well, yeah, yeah. I mean, like when it
It's
was
starting
like,
to get
if it's
popular
going to
too.
get, I mean, like, yeah, I know in the secondary market, I've seen it like at approaching 9 and just over 9. So at MSRP, it's obviously less than that, and if I get the opportunity to get one, I'm going to jump on it, and it's brought in the date just back into play for me as well. Again, I have this line at $10,000 that just like I don't know if I could ever go over that, and that's just
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Well, Kevin S is giving me heck because like we were just talking about the no date thing, and I said, listen, when I get the call for the Air King, I'm gonna go get it. I'm just talking right now, like it's just these things that run through my head.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
when I
yeah,
get the call, I'm gonna go get it. I'm
yeah,
gonna go buy it.
yeah.
So
Me too. And if I got the call and said, "Hey, you're up for a Pepsi," I'm gonna get it too.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I get it. It's just like it's just gonna be. There's gonna be from where I am sitting now to by the time I pay for it, there's gonna be such torment and debate in my mind, um, that I'm not looking forward to it. But I'll probably get the high off of buying it, and I'll be fine. You know.
Once you get over
And
that
then,
threshold, I think it'll be more comfortable.
well, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, like, right, we had the $500 threshold when we started collecting, right? Then 1,000, then the three,
mhm.
4, 5,000.
I'm still nowhere near that. I'm just fortunate enough to be able to wear what I can wear right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
So
It's gonna ruin you.
yeah. It is. It's
yeah,
totally gonna ruin you, man. You're getting the taste of,
He will be so desensitized to that. It is going to be mind blowing.
yeah, yeah,
That's why Tim Mosso hasn't bought a watch in, I don't know, 3, 4 years.
yeah. I mean that could be another potential effect on you, Chris, that you may, hey, like, why do I need to buy watches when I can
Yeah.
get really wear whatever I want, right?
Interesting. I didn't know that. Tim hasn't bought a watch in a few years.
He still has that same Zen,
Yeah, I
Easy
think the Zen was the last one he bought. He
Z1,
sold off a
Easy
lot of his
M1.
JLCs.
Yeah. Most of the GLCs he sold, and then he got this in, and he kept a few of the older pieces, and he's been talking, Milgauss and DB mostly lately. But
Interesting.
some people in his group, are pushing him, Tim, get something, but doesn't happen.
Huh.
And it's kind of, Chris can tell us in a few months, you know, if you walk
Yeah.
into these vaults every day, and
Yeah.
it's like, why the hell
Right
did
now, I'm still
buy
like a kid at a
something?
candy store right now, but I'm sort of like you said, I'll get desensitized to it after a while.
Right. Are you going to go buy a Breitling when you're wearing a VC? You know what I mean? Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Fast forward 6 to 8 months, you might be wearing a Richard Mille,
yeah.
and just be going like, whatever. I don't.
Wearing a jumpsuit, like,
Yeah.
like a Adidas jumpsuit, you know what I mean? Like, Richard. Kevin, did Bobby just contradict himself 10 times in the last 2 minutes? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I contradict. I always, when it comes to this hobby, like I'm a living contradiction. Don't believe me. Just watch what I do. Don't believe what I say. Just watch what I do. And that's how you'll figure it out. It's all contradictions. Um, is Bobby the Jeff McMahon of Rolex? Man, this is why I can identify with Jeff, and I know, Rob, you're friends with Jeff. I can so identify with the torment that he goes through with his collecting, and I like the reason why I like watching him.
I used to
Um,
try to try to lead Jeff to like the finer things, but he, he's got Seiko in his heart. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So like
yeah,
Mm.
when he converses with me, it's almost just like, well, what other Seiko models are out there that interest you? Like what bracelet? How is it going to work for you and stuff?
yeah,
So
yeah. Bobby's going to start intermittent fasting just as soon, just like Jeff. Yeah, I mean, like we seem to go in intermittent fasting cycles together. He doesn't realize it, but I do when he goes on. um, but he's going to buy a Z Blue Milgauss any day. Yeah, that's Tim, right? I mean, Tim says that, right?
They're great looking watches.
Yeah, I saw one a couple weeks ago when I went to the boutique. They are beautiful. I don't know. I just not crazy about the polished center links, but I mean I would get over that. It's a good looking watch. It really is. I'd be lying if I said otherwise, but the fact that the rumor of it being discontinued or changed definitely makes that watch slightly more appealing to me. You know.
you already
Um,
have like a heightened fear of missing out when, well, I don't know how you turned down a date sub, Wolfgang, but I don't know what your collecting strategy is. Like I've heard you've got a nice watch collection, so it doesn't really matter. But you already have like that heightened fear of missing out when it comes to Rolex. But then you couple that with like potential discontinue, always lingering, whether it's the Milgauss or the Air King or
mhm.
whatever model. Uh, it's real.
Yep. Colin, this is for you, Chris. Chris should wear the Breguet Tradition 7097 next, and then give me a really good deal on it. Yeah, that's one of Colin's grail pieces at the moment.
Yeah, I
Um,
like that one too.
yeah, yeah. Um, there's something about Sanjay saying there's something about calling a watch your own. I don't know if that could ever be replaced. Um, Wolfie has a better version called the Sea Dweller. Yeah, so you have the Sea Dweller, right, Wolfie? So and that probably sits on your wrist very very well. You got a big wrist, so
What do you
Yeah.
have, the James Cameron or the regular version?
No, they're the 43.
Okay.
Yeah. That's kind of like for that type of looking Rolex, that's kind of my favorite one.
yeah,
Not my
Yeah, the
yeah,
James Cameron is a bit chunky.
Yeah, I like it. I like it too, but the 43 is not so chunky, and I picked that one, years ago.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't have any plans adding any Rolex.
yeah, man. I mean, you're you be to your own you beat to your own drum, man. You don't listen to what other people say, or like, not that I do, but I mean, it's definitely, I get influenced a little bit. I get easily influenced, you know. I'll admit that. You just like, okay, yeah, Chopic. I want a Chopic, you know.
I
Um,
mean, I'm sure I get influenced, by all kinds of things. That any hype thing is having the opposite effect on me.
yeah.
I mentioned it before that I have to kind of focus on is the watch any good? Do I like it? Because the first thing that pops in my head is, oh, this is one of the hype pieces. I hate it.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then sometimes I realize, well, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah. 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 It's interesting that actually that we have like Wolfgang and Random Rob, because Wolfgang, you pretty much hold on to all your pieces, and Rob, you don't. There is a shelf. I mean, with the exception of maybe one or few, there is a shelf life to pieces in your collection.
Traditionally.
Yeah.
However, I seem like I'm evolving out of that, and I've
Hmm.
actually made it a personal goal. I haven't really talked about this, but I can say it here.
Yeah.
Is for 2022, I have put a goal on myself to buy with intent and
Hmm.
not sell anything I buy for 2022. So that's
Oh,
really gonna really focus in on what I
yeah.
buy,
Yeah.
because in the past, I would buy
Hmm.
full knowing that like it doesn't matter. I'm gonna sell that. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, I think I'm with you on that. Like, I may not have made that, like, put that out there, or maybe I have, that I want to buy with intent. It's interesting that you use that same word, because I want every purchase to be, intentionally thought through, and I don't want to sell either. And so I just didn't say, well, I'm going to do it in 2022, but maybe I will. Maybe I'll join you on that. I'll do my best, because there's like a couple pieces that I really, really want that
I have a loophole.
yeah,
Um, I am going to buy with intent. Now,
yeah.
Random Rob, the guy that runs the
Oh, I
channel,
hear you. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
he
yeah,
can do whatever he wants.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
he can buy and sell and do, because if it's for like content, like the business
Mm,
side of things,
yeah, yeah.
that's different. But
Hmm.
like for like what's gonna land in my watch box, I'm gonna buy with intent.
No, no, that I get, because if you have a channel, you sometimes you have to buy watches, and bring them in, for the channel, and then quickly sell them to recoup, some or most of what you put out there, so you can keep on, turning out content. I totally get that. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Chris, any plans for you? Anything that's, I mean, I know you're playing with a
I've
lot of
got
fun watches.
no real big plans for as far as buying watches yet. I'm working on getting my own place here shortly, of course. So that'll be the big thing there. So after that, we might see what I buy. It probably won't be anything big though. 'Cause
Hmm.
like I said, luckily I'm fortunate enough with work. I have access to kind of almost whatever at the point
Yeah, absolutely.
within reason.
Uh,
I mean, obviously, I'm not going to go out wearing a $200,000 or $300,000 watch.
hmm No, not in Philly, you are.
No, no.
Um, Romy saying, talking about influence, I'm starting to get influenced to buy a Seiko SPB 143, a watch I didn't consider that much before everyone started talking about that. Rob, you've had that in. Um,
Yeah, I almost had to look that one up though, because I like there's some I can't keep up with all the Seiko references
I
anymore.
know I've seen that.
Is that the one that's kind of like the Black Bay almost looking? Yeah,
uh,
so I think that one kind of competes almost with a Tudor Black Bay 58,
oh yeah,
essentially.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I know that's not what it is, but like that in my mind, I connect those dots. Yeah, those are great watches.
yeah,
They don't give them away, but
yeah.
maybe on
It,
the
it
secondary market, you can do all right.
Yeah, I mean, and the one I just pulled up, I think it has a gray, like, anthracite kind of type.
Yep.
I mean, that dial color is just amazing. That's a good looking watch. That really is.
I'm about to
Um,
call it a night, Bobby. I just wanted
okay.
to come on and
Yeah,
say, hey, I
Chris.
appreciate you for having me on. Wolfgang, nice to meet you, bud.
Nice to meet you. Good luck in the
I'll
new
see you
business.
later, Rob. Thanks.
Have a good night,
Hey,
Machine Gun Chris.
yeah, machine gun.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks. You
did
got
you
to
see
see that
that?
little mini machine gun
Oh man,
Roman gave
that's
me.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
So All
All
right,
right,
guys.
Chris.
Have a good night.
See you later.
Take care,
Later,
man.
guys.
Take care. Amin, thanks, Amin, with the super chat. Wolfie G Shock Fund. Hey, so speaking, Wolfie really has had an adverse reaction to the John Mayer, the new John Mayer. Um, I kind of someone bought it for me, and then but I ended up buying because I felt bad, and I have it, and I wasn't really too crazy about getting it, Rob. But when I got it, I really like it.
Yeah, it's pretty
Um,
sweet.
did you pick one up?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I thought it was actually
Another one.
a fun.
No, I mean I already sold it. That was a
Oh,
random
that's
Rob
good.
buy.
See, that's good.
Oh, okay.
But I sold it. I sold it for what I paid for it.
Doesn't
Yeah,
matter as long as it's
yeah,
gone. It's good.
yeah. See, Wolfie hates that watch. I don't know. I kind of like it.
And I wore it out. I wore it with my Slayer hoodie
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
John Mayer. So
Nice, 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 nice. Um, Anthracite Dial, the 63 Moss.
yeah.
Foggy 63 Moss is what they're calling it. Uh, yeah, a good looking watch. I like it.
So
I don't know.
is Wolfgang like? Are you anti G Shock or just the John Mayer?
No, not anti G-Shock. No, but the John
Okay.
Mayer, the ones that so many of the guys got is just the ugliest G-Shock I've ever seen, and my top 10 of the ugliest I've ever seen personally. So it's not
Uh,
anti G-Shock whatsoever. I like
yeah,
some G-Shocks a lot.
yeah. I'm more of a square guy, Rob, you're a square guy, right? I mean, I don't mind
Yeah.
some of the other G Shocks, but if 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 you're
I
gonna give
think
me a
I
choice,
I think
yeah,
I only have like 2 G Shocks right now.
yeah. I think I only
So
have like two or three as no, no, I have like four or five. My son confiscated one, the Tokyo Knights. My wife confiscated the titanium camo. Ugh. And I have a Bling Master and then like the DW 5600 and you
yeah.
know um, the stuff that you go chop wood and mow the lawn with kind of stuff. Somebody should start a betting pool on Wolfie's reaction to the next John Mayer collab.
Yeah,
Um,
that's basically a given.
I could see like bundling like with the first two, and if there's a third one, people bundling that up, selling that for like a grand or two.
Mm.
Um, might be a
They do
good.
do well in the secondary market.
Yeah, they certainly do. Um, let's see here. Yeah, two shot. Yeah, two G shocks. It is kind of shocking, right? But hey, things recycle in and out of. I remember you went through at some point last year. You got back into a G shock phase, right?
Yeah,
And
and
then
it'll happen
yeah,
again.
yeah,
It could happen
yeah.
at any moment, and I'll end up with like 10 of them like that, But they have to as soon as they put out some really cool squares, they'll
Mm-hmm.
start flowing in. I'll buy
Mm-hmm.
them all.
Yeah, yeah. I really would want to add a titanium square back to the collection. I really like the one that my wife snagged for me, and so like I don't know. I feel like weird getting the same one um, again, but
There'll be
it is.
more.
Yeah, I know. There'll be more. There'll be more. Um, Romy saying Wolfgang quick holding back about the G-Shock glove, the Mayor John Mayer G-Shock.
Did you show them the box that it comes in? The box is really cool too.
The box is really cool. No, I don't think. No,
I seen a picture, yeah, from some of
yeah,
you guys. Yeah,
yeah.
doesn't change anything.
Uh, MTG fans, I still haven't come around on the MTG. I'm sure that will change.
I
Uh,
don't know what that
uh,
is.
it's
Oh,
it's
you
it's a
Wolfgang,
line
you'd
of
probably
G-Shock.
like those.
Hmm.
Sapphire crystal, like metal case. It's analog, like it's a little bit bigger but still thin. You'd like it.
I have
Yeah.
to look it up.
New Did I say new metal square announced recently, all black.
Yeah, it's like a satin black though.
Yeah. The blue camo is very, very cool. Um, let's see here. I have two friends who thought the TVA square would be their exit G-Shock. They were both wrong.
Yeah.
That's a good looking G-Shock too.
Yeah, those
Um,
are much better looking, the MTG ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and the
It's
It,
like,
MTG price point is actually really good because it kind of gives you the vibe. It's very similar to what you would feel and see when you go to the MRG line of G-Shock, which is like the high end G-Shock. Those are like $3,000 and stuff. But the MTGs you can get for like $1,200 or something.
didn't they come out with an MTG recently, like a really like crazy color looking one? Is that what I'm thinking? Was that an MTG?
Probably
Let me.
they do some really stupid stuff along the way, but that ends up being some of the most collectible stuff. I mean,
Oh yeah,
look at
I
old frogmens. You go look up old frogmens on eBay. Some of them are in like the $9,000-$10,000 range.
that's insane.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, I like the Frogman. I mean, I know it's blasphemous. I like the one that was analog of had the hands. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And I know I reached out to Michael Desire 68 about it, and he was like, no, I would never buy that.
yeah,
He was like, oh, this is so cool. Look at it. I got it. He's like, no, that's not,
yeah. That's not a frog.
no. Oh man. Um, Kevin, as Oil Money gets the SPV 143 and Wolfie with the G Shock, John Mayer G Shock, then hell freezes over immediately. Um, yeah. Um, I wanted that Toad G Shock.
is that the
That
one here?
yeah, that was an interesting one. Let me see if I could pull that up.
Kind of rainbow looking.
Yeah, the let me see if I could get the right one up here because that was pretty wild. Like I really like it. Let's see here if I could just pull it up for you guys. Oh, this always takes a while to get this going. Yeah, I mean, I really like that.
Oh, that's wild.
That is wild. I like it. Mm,
I like it much better than the John Mayer.
It's colorful. They're
yeah,
probably doing well in the secondary market too, because those were limited, I think.
yeah. Oof, so nice. Uh, Steve likes it. Yeah. Um, not for Peter. Bobby, don't be gross. That was a rainbow flag there. Yeah, Time likes this one. Um, yeah, local Kmart will have a lot of G-Shocks. A lot of places you can get G-Shocks pretty much. Yikes. Hell no. Holy God, no. All right, guys, come on. Stop it. Stop it. So Rob, what's next for you, man? Seriously, like,
I don't know, man. I just I just bought the Longines not that
yeah,
long ago. I just picked up the Super Ocean. I don't even remember what else I bought.
you bought the big eye, right? I mean, that's a
I got the titanium big eye. I
yeah,
picked
that's a
up this I
beautiful
picked up
watch.
this Seiko SPV 207, which is a limited edition, and I actually bought two of them, so there's only 5,998 of these left. Um, so, but no, I actually like that. I'm enjoying that because it has like a British racing green dial to it, and then I'm really enjoying the big eye. Uh, you know,
Yeah,
got my Super Ocean back. I'm
yeah,
waiting for the call on the Air King.
yeah,
Like, what more do I need? I'll wait.
yeah.
G-Shock, emails me and texts me all the time as
Oh,
soon
me
as they
too.
come out with a cool. I watch the videos. There's two guys that do videos, at the beginning of each month, new models for
Yeah,
that month.
yeah,
I watch that stuff. I
hmm
scope that out, waiting for something cool to pop up.
yeah. Yeah.
So,
I'm like, ready for something to blow my mind away when it comes to with G-Shocks, and usually they do. Usually, every few months I see something that I'm like I must have, and I'm waiting for that. I wouldn't mind. G-Shocks are just like a guilty pleasure, right?
yeah.
We don't count them, so it doesn't like you know affect the overall plan in general. So whatever, it is what it is. It's just a guilty pleasure, right? It's just like buying a strap for a watch. That's the way I look at it.
Oh, I also bought a Shinola.
Yeah.
Whoa. Right. I bought that recently.
Yeah,
Automatic this time, but so yeah, I've bought a few watches recently.
yeah. Um, well, guys, I think I'm gonna call it a night. I gotta wake up early, take the kids to preschool. It's
Well, you
day in
guys,
the
you guys
life.
asked me, what are you guys buying next?
Oh, hey, man, I'm waiting for the call for the Air King too.
Oh, you are.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm, and here's something. And me and you haven't talked about this, but I've talked about it with some people. I never really had too much of an interest in the Speedmaster before, the Omega Speedmaster. Now lately, and I don't know if it's because I've been watching too much Archie, um, but now I'm interested in the Speedmaster. I'm interested in getting a new Sapphire sandwich, and maybe that's for the later part of the year. But yeah, I think that's in the book in the cards for me, at some point. And look, if Tudor does something really cool at some point in the year, like and I mentioned this in yesterday's stream, like a Black Bay 58 GMT, man, I'd be all over that in a second.
If
And
if
and
if they do a Kermit, not a
mm,
Harrods edition
yeah,
41, but like if they do a Kermit Black Bay 58, I'll pick that up.
if they do that with like those gilded hands, um, man, I think that'd be
All
hard
they
for
have
me
to
to
do
pass
is
up.
take the green bezel insert off the gold and put it on the gilt, and
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
done.
yeah, 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 yeah. Sold. Yeah, I'd buy that in a second. I'm with you on that. Um, and if Zenith does something cool, I'm digging the Zenith Pilot, the 40 millimeter, and a bronze. I'd like to pick that up. So those are that's what I think I have lined up this year. Of course, next week that could all change if something comes out and throws everything like a monkey wrench in there. But I mean, if I woke up this week and that was the plan for me, you know.
Well, those Air
And
Kings are shipping, so you're gonna get a call soon, probably.
I
yeah,
think so.
yeah, yeah. We'll see. I mean, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. It was one of those things where I never really thought much of them in pictures and in video. That's when I saw, but when I saw one in person last September, I was like, this is awesome. I really, really like this watch a lot.
Yeah.
And it's attainable, you know, which makes it even more attractive to me, you
And
know.
maybe after you got this one, Rolex thing will finally be done and you can move on to other things.
Like
Just
what? Like what, Wolfgang? What are you picking up next?
Anything that you can just go to an AD and try
yeah,
on
yeah,
and buy, walk out the door, get a little discount, you
yeah. I
know,
Stop
think,
obsessing about.
yeah, I think I'm gonna give Omega a shot. I think that's what it comes down to. And
GO,
and
IWC.
see, look, here's the thing with Geo. I love Geo. I really like that 70s chrono, but that's like a $14,000 watch. That's a lot, man. I would love to pick up that watch. And I don't see them really coming down that much
No,
in the
not
pre-owned
those.
market.
Not
Not
those.
the not like
No.
on a blue dial like I like, you know? Like that's the problem. That's the problem. And that would be the first Geo that I'd want to pick up. That would be what I would want to be introduced to with Geo. I'm not interested in the CQ. Um, I I like the Pano series, but I like the 70s much better. Yeah. What do you got there?
A Tourby.
Yeah, yeah. I remember Turby.
These are super affordable, and I'm
Yeah,
blown away by this. This thing is very nice.
Yeah,
yeah.
looks good.
The great thing about Torby is that you can go on their site and pay for additional customization
Yes.
of the case back and extra engraving and whatnot. No, no, no. Torby, I discovered Torby early on in my German watch obsession, introduced by Bill Sanders. Bill Sanders did a video
Okay.
on Torby,
Oh,
and
they're German too? Yeah.
yeah, they're German, yeah, and
So I think that's where I'm going next. Is more like fun, like stuff that I've just like been always been intrigued by, but never really played with, and like stuff like this, and
yeah.
uh, maybe a Weiss watch or whatever. Actually, I'm trying to negotiate buying a Weiss watch right now, but
There's one on flippers, but is that the one you're talking about?
no,
Or
I'm looking. It's somewhere else.
yeah, gotcha. Um, but the one on flippers is a really good deal.
Yeah.
Um, anyway, so yeah, so that's what the plan is. Like I said, I think I want to give Omega a shot now. I think it's high time. I haven't really considered Omega. I mean, I love Omega. I like their watches. I just didn't think that anything would stick. But I want to try the Speedmaster first, and then maybe not go Terra at some point. I'm not a huge Seamaster 300 fan or Seamaster fan. I do like the Planet Oceans though,
Yeah.
especially some of the older ones that are much thinner.
Yes.
But
The older ones with the 2500, and they
Yep.
made a limited edition titanium one that was like a transitional model that had the ceramic, I think.
Mm,
That
hmm
was the one I wanted, but they're kind of hard to find, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's where
Let's get
hopefully
the
this.
Air King. Let's make the Air King happen.
Yeah.
Put positive thoughts out, and
Let's
then
make the let's flush let's get Air King happen. Maybe
have
a GM,
two more.
maybe a GMT too, maybe a GMT, and then I can move on. You know, I know, Wolfie, I know. Just bear with me, man. Just it's gonna be a
I'm there with you till the bitter end of the Rolex obsession. So don't worry.
Bill. You're absolutely right. Personally, I think Bobby's German watches were much more interesting and exclusive than German. You're absolutely right. I just have just Rolex and I don't know, man. Dude, this is a
You,
fantastic watch.
I know, but you could be done. It could be a no date sub and done. Like I look at my no date sub and you could be done. The Air King doesn't even need to happen.
No, you're absolutely right. It doesn't need to happen. There's nothing wrong with just having one Rolex in the
Yeah.
collection. There's nothing wrong with that.
But I'm gonna
Nothing
text you a
wrong with that.
picture after this
Yeah,
of an Air King next to my sub, and you're gonna love it. The sound of Rolex. Oh
yeah.
jeez.
That's some Dan 911 underscore Dan has had a little fun
That was
with
pure
Photoshop.
genius.
Yeah, a little Photoshop. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight, Wolfgang. Thank you again. I'll see you next week for two more streams. Hey, man, you're in the Western Hemisphere, man. You're doing streams 4 nights a week, man, whether you like it or not. Uh, Rob, thank you so much for joining. I love when you come on. I love the sweatshirt, and then let's see who gets the Air King first. I hope you get it first. I hope I get it first. Actually, I hope I get it first. I hope I get it first. I just hope I get it first. That's all I'm saying.
I hope you
I
do
hope you
too.
get it, but I hope I get it first.
Probably Rob feels the same.
Yeah.
The other way around.
Good night, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Take care.
Good night. See you later.